with her racket in hand. She's like a magician with a wand.
The tennis world is no stranger to shocking announcements. But what the Australian Open just revealed has left fans and players alike speechless. The iconic tournament has offered a massive $5 million contract to none other than Coco Gauff, asking her to play an exhibition match alongside Jannik Sinner during the 2026 Australian Open. This unexpected offer has sent shockwaves through the tennis community, and for one player in particular, Aryna Sabalenka, it's been a blow that's hard to swallow. Sabalenka, who has been riding high as one of the top players in the world, was no doubt expecting to be the one receiving such prestigious offers after her stellar performances in recent years. But instead, the Australian Open has decided to look in the direction of the younger, vibrant Coco Gauff. This stunning move by the Australian Open has left many wondering why Gauff, who hasn't yet claimed the number one. One spot in the rankings is being given such a monumental opportunity, while Sabalenka, the current world number one, is left in the shadows. Let's break down why this offer is such a big deal, and what it means for both Sabalenka's career and the rise of Coco Gauff in the tennis world. In a move that has caught everyone off guard, the Australian Open announced that they were offering Coco Gauff a staggering $5 million to play an exhibition match with Jannik Sinner during the 2026 tournament. This was not just any offer, but one that highlights the growing interest in Gauff's star power, both on and off the court. Gauff has been a tennis prodigy since her breakthrough at Wimbledon in 2019, and while she hasn't yet reached the top spot in the WTA rankings, the Australian Open is betting that her appeal and ability to attract crowds make her the perfect candidate for such a prestigious match. What makes this particularly shocking is the timing of the offer. Aryna Sabalenka, who has been the dominant force in women's tennis over the last couple of years, was likely expecting to be the one offered such a high-profile exhibition. Sabalenka has made a name for herself as one of the hardest-hitting players on tour, and after clinching the number one ranking, many believed it was only a matter of time before the top tennis tournaments came calling with lucrative offers. But instead, it's Coco Gauff who gets the call-up. This move by the Australian Open reflects a larger trend in tennis, one that has seen a shift in the spotlight from players like Sabalenka to the younger generation of stars like Gauff. The question on everyone's mind is why Gauff, who is still climbing the rankings, is being offered a contract that many believe should have gone to the established number one player. As the current world number one, Sabalenka has been performing consistently at the highest level for some time. Her game is known for its power and aggression, and she's earned the respect of fans and fellow players alike. Sabalenka's rise to the top has been hard-earned, with major wins at tournaments like the Australian Open, the US Open, and the WTA Finals. She has been on the verge of dominating women's tennis, and for a player who has been as successful as Sabalenka, it's only natural that she expected to be at the forefront of all major tennis events moving forward. When the Australian Open announced its multi-million-dollar offer to Gauff, Sabalenka likely felt a sense of shock and disappointment. She had been leading the charge in women's tennis, but now it was clear that someone else was receiving the attention. Coco Gauff, despite not yet securing the number one spot in the rankings, has found herself thrust into the limelight, with the Australian Open offering her the opportunity to headline a major exhibition match. For Sabalenka, this is a tough pill to swallow. She would have imagined that her ranking, her success on the court, and her growing fan base would be enough to ensure that she would be the one to receive offers like this. Instead, it's Gauff, the up-and-coming star who hasn't yet claimed the number one ranking, who is being showered with attention. Sabalenka has worked tirelessly to reach the top, and it must sting to see someone else being handed opportunities that she herself once dreamt of. So why is Coco Gauff getting the $5 million offer, while Sabalenka is left wondering where her next big deal will come from? The answer lies not only in Gauff's undeniable talent on the court, but also in the magnetic personality she brings to the sport. Coco Gauff is more than just a tennis player. She is a global phenomenon who has the ability to attract massive attention, both from fans and brands alike. On the court, Gauff's game is impressive. Her ability to blend power with finesse, along with her mental toughness in high-pressure situations, has made her a rising star. Gauff's style of play is dynamic and exciting to watch, and she has quickly become a fan favorite for both casual and hardcore tennis enthusiasts. Her performances on the court have captured the attention of tennis fans around the world, and it's clear that she has the potential to be the face of women's tennis for years to come. But what sets Gauff apart from many of her peers is the way she carries herself off the court. Her ability to connect with audiences is second to none, and her personality has made her an ideal candidate for major sponsorships and partnerships. Gauff's humble demeanor, combined with her youthful energy and passion for the game, has made her a likable and relatable figure to fans, sponsors, and brands. She has the ability to sell not just tennis, but the lifestyle that comes with being a top athlete. In addition to her on-court success, Gauff has also become a brand in her own right. She has secured high-profile sponsorship deals with major companies like New Balance and Bose, and she's also made headlines for her diplomatic tour of China. These off-court ventures have made her more than just a tennis player. She's now a global ambassador for the sport, and her influence is extending far beyond the tennis world. This is something that Sabalenka, despite her success, has struggled to match. Sabalenka is known for her hard-hitting game and aggressive style, but she hasn't developed the same level of appeal that Gauff has. While Sabalenka is undoubtedly a force to be reckoned with on the court, her off-court presence hasn't yet matched the magnetic charm that Coco Gauff brings to the table. This is why the Australian Open has decided to invest in Gauff, despite Sabalenka's higher ranking. As Coco Gauff continues to rise, Sabalenka is left to grapple with the changing dynamics of women's tennis. While she remains the #1 player in the world, her position is increasingly being overshadowed by Gauff's meteoric rise. Sabalenka has become accustomed to being at the forefront of the tennis world, but now she finds herself in a position where she's fighting for recognition. This shift in attention is not just about the Australian Open's decision to offer Gauff the $5 million exhibition match. It's also about the larger trend in women's tennis. The spotlight is slowly but surely moving toward the younger generation of players, and Sabalenka, despite her success, is starting to lose her place in the limelight. It's a tough reality for a player who once seemed destined to be the face of women's tennis for years to come. In addition to her struggles with recognition, Sabalenka is now facing difficulties with securing brand deals. While Gauff is basking in the glow of lucrative partnerships with major brands, Sabalenka is left hoping for a chance to renew her own sponsorship contracts. The most glaring example of this is her ongoing battle with Adidas, as Sabalenka fights to retain her position as one of the brand's top athletes. Despite her success on the court, Sabalenka is struggling to secure the same level of attention from sponsors that Gauff is enjoying. For Sabalenka, who has spent years fighting her way to the top, it must feel like a slap in the face to see a younger player like Gauff taking the spotlight. The once unstoppable force that was Sabalenka is now facing a reality where she's no longer the first choice for major events or endorsements. This shift has left her scrambling for attention and recognition, while Gauff continues to enjoy all the perks that come with being a global tennis sensation. The rise of Coco Gauff represents a changing of the guard in women's tennis. While Sabalenka may still hold the #1 ranking, the younger generation is starting to eclipse her, both in terms of media attention and sponsorship opportunities. Gauff is the new face of tennis, and it's clear that her combination of on-court success and off-court appeal has made her the star everyone is eager to support. For Sabalenka, this shift represents a difficult challenge. She's been a dominant force on the court, but as the spotlight moves toward Gauff, she finds herself in a position where she's fighting to maintain her place. The tennis world is changing, and while Sabalenka is still a top player, the future belongs to the young stars like Coco Gauff. In many ways, this situation reflects a larger trend in sports as a whole: the rise of younger athletes who not only perform at the highest level, but also capture the imagination of fans and brands. Coco Gauff has emerged as the embodiment of this new era in tennis. And while Sabalenka is still at the top of the rankings, it's clear that the tennis world is moving in a different direction. As the Australian Open continues to shower Coco Gauff with attention, Aryna Sabalenka is left to pick up the pieces. She remains the #1 player in the world, but her grip on the spotlight is slipping. The rise of Coco Gauff has changed the landscape of women's tennis, and it's unclear what the future holds for Sabalenka. Will she continue to dominate on the court and regain her place in the limelight? Or will the younger generation of players, led by Gauff, take over the sport entirely? For now, it's clear that Coco Gauff is the player to watch, and as she continues to secure high-profile opportunities and brand deals, the tennis world will be watching closely to see how Sabalenka responds to this shifting dynamic. Whether or not she can regain her position as the top star in tennis remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the future of women's tennis is looking brighter than ever, and Coco Gauff is leading the way. What do you think about the Australian Open's decision to offer Coco Gauff a $5 million exhibition match? Do you believe that Gauff's appeal off the court, along with her rising on-court success, justifies such a massive opportunity? How does this shift in focus from established stars like Sabalenka to younger players like Gauff affect the dynamics of women's tennis? Is it fair that Sabalenka, as the world #1, was overlooked in favor of someone who hasn't even reached the top spot yet? And finally, do you think Sabalenka can regain her place in the spotlight? Or is the future of women's tennis truly in the hands of players like Gauff? Share your thoughts in the comments below.